Opening awareness of the inner planes. This is part of spiritual growth, Becoming Your Higher Self by Sanaya Roman. Today, we're going to talk about accessing the awareness and opening awareness of these inner planes. Now, the basis of this is so that you understand that you are not alone. The benefit of listening to this today is to understand that you are not alone. You can access resources in the higher realms. And additional benefit would be that you can gain support, encouragement, and guidance from these higher beings that you are connected to, that you can connect to through your higher self being. So let's get started. There are other realities that exist besides reality that you can see, touch, and hear with your physical senses. I think many of you are aware of that. These are the higher dimensions that your higher self lives in. These realities are very real. Your higher self, other people's higher selves, and many high beings live there. The dimensions your higher self normally exists in are made of vibrations that exist at a higher frequency than your physical world. Everything in your world has a vibration. The atoms in your body, your home, and even the food that you eat. What makes matter solid and real for us is the relationship between the rate of vibration and our rate of vibration. No different than color. There's really no red and blue and green outside of the rate of vibration and the way that our eyes capture that rate of vibration. The higher dimensions are separated from yours in part by their vibrations. They have faster, smoother, and higher vibrations. As you grow spiritually, you'll increase your vibration, and the dimensions of your higher self become more knowable and real to you. So as you connect and become more and, seamlessly with your one true higher self, then these dimensions will become more and more apparent to you. Now, there's a spiritual community to many high beings who work together on the inner planes. Part of the higher purpose of the community of the higher beings is to work with the universal mind and higher will to assist all life in evolving. Now, if this is your first time listening and some of the context here seems a little unfamiliar, we are on chapter 6 and we talked about how to become, how to merge with your higher self back in chapter 1. We talked about understanding and even exposing our higher will and even the universal mind. So I would suggest that you kind of go back and do a refresher or just look at it for the first time and listen to it to understand what these concepts are. But they're very, very, very important to understand. Now, they work continually to assist people in awakening, working with the higher will to broadcast spiritual energies. Your higher will, of course, being your life's purpose, in conjunction with that of the universal mind. Now, they help make the journey easier for all of us who are seeking growth, serving others, and requesting assistance. You can become more aware of the work that is going on in the higher dimensions to carry out the plan of evolution. Within this awareness, it will be even easier to know and carry out your own higher purpose. Now remember, your will, your plan, your purpose is all connected to the higher will, to the higher purpose, and to the higher plan, like a puzzle. Some of these beings act as guides, and they work intensely with a particular person besides contributing in other ways. Other beings contribute in various ways to assist all who are open and asking for assistance. Now, the second time that she said that, the key here is asking for the assistance. Every call for help is always heard. Light and assistance is immediately sent from both your higher self and these other higher beings. Every resource is made available, and nothing is spared when you ask for assistance. Now, I'm going to stop here because this is really part and parcel of why I wanted to have this particular content for today. This is being recorded in a time where we are experiencing, a pandemic, and people are people are isolated in some areas. Let me just put it that way. So we've been asked to stay home so that we can manifest a cure, a solution for how we can get back out and, experience, life like we did before. Well, while we're being isolated, some people are experiencing severe isolation, meaning that they've been in their homes for quite, a period of time. They may be single, widowed, widower. In other words, they are not married. They don't have a family, don't have kids. And so isolation takes on a whole nother perspective when you are a single individual. And I'm not bypassing the idea that, isolation doesn't affect us all, but it certainly is a little bit more traumatic when you are a single individual and you are spending less time around other people. We are community souls, and we have a desire to be around other people. So this conversation today is really geared toward people who are, feel isolated and feel like there is no help or encouragement or support or guidance. And it can also be for folks who are in a career move development, maybe recently have been laid off as a result, or now unemployed as a result of COVID and what's going on in the world. It's also for folks who have a dream that they've not seen manifest yet, and they are working tirelessly, effortlessly every day to push forward, to continue to do the best that they can to see this dream come to manifestation, and maybe not seeing the type of results that they want to see. I can certainly identify with that as well. So today's conversation is to provide you with one solid idea, and that is you have access to resources in the higher realms that perhaps you've not considered, and because of that, you're not taking advantage of. And also, I wanted to encourage you, particularly those of us those that I mentioned earlier, who may be single and going through the pandemic, quote unquote, alone, alone meaning physically alone. You're in your home or your apartment, and you don't have a spouse, you don't have someone there with you. I want to encourage you during this time and any time to know that you are supported and that there are resources for you also in the higher realm for guidance and support and things like that. So, part of spiritual growth is learning to become transparent to the emotional messages of others, and opening your higher centers of telepathy so that you can receive guidance from your higher self. We use words in this realm, in this sense perception and five data sense perception existence, because we've not yet accessed the ability to be able to communicate telepathically. Some of us can, most of us cannot. I'll give you an example. Sometimes when you have been in a relationship with someone for a long time, you can communicate certain things with your eyes and with your body movement and things like that. It's not quite telepathy, but my wife and I have been married for going on 25 years, and we certainly can send messages back and forth to each other, and we understand when the other is not comfortable or not at rest. But what Sanaya is talking about here is on a much higher level, to be able to communicate clearly through vibration, through mental vibration, an intended message, no different than you would using words. And again, we use words which are vessels for our thoughts, because we've not been able to successfully identify and utilize the parts of our brain that are there for mental communication, telepathy. So what Sanaya is saying here, once we really become connected with our higher self, and we begin to discover the resources that are available for us in the higher realms, then we become a little bit more in tune to messages, and she calls them telepathic messages that come from folks in the higher realm. Now, you can connect with any of these high beings by imagining you are connecting with them. Your imagination is very key, very important to your spiritual growth. If you are working on a project, ask for guidance. Again, there's that thing, ask. You've got to ask. Ask for extra guidance and assistance with it. Imagine light is all around you. Imagine light is being sent to you, to your work, and to even your loved ones. You're not alone. There's much assistance, support, and empowerment available for you and your world work when you're connected with this higher community. So again, I really encourage those who feel isolated, who feel alone, to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. As you live as your higher self, guidance and information will come from within rather than without. This is very key. We spend most of our lives, I can speak from personal experience here, I spent most of my early adult life looking for solutions and answers to, problems, if you will. I didn't really see them as opportunities then. I do now. I spent most of my life looking outward. I'm looking outward. I need to go to a particular church. I need to be in a particular organization. I need to have a particular title. I need to drive a particular car, weigh a particular amount, dress a particular way. I was looking for a particular solution that was outside of me. And the true solution is always inside of us, because we are the answer to the very problem, to the very opportunity, if you will, that confronts us. We're the answer. So you must go inside. You must go inside. Guidance from the higher self is received in your higher telepathic center, and it's transmitted to you through your imagination and your mind. Through your imagination and your mind. Sometimes, you get those ideas, you get those quick glimpses of things that work really well. And, you may just get a picture here and a picture there. That's what Sanaya is talking about. Now, here's the most powerful tool for all of us spiritual seekers and workers, light workers, to utilize, and that's meditation. Now, meditation is a powerful tool for becoming aware of these higher dimensions and your higher self's guidance. Now, you'll notice after every one of our lectures, we have a corresponding meditation. And the reason why we have that is because meditation is the tool to guide you into that existence. It's to guide you into that particular existence, to quiet your mind and allow you the opportunity to consider these things that, we talked about in the lecture. Now, meditation allows you to quiet your normal thoughts and listen to your higher self. So you're downloading, you're not uploading. You're downloading. You're quieting your mind and you're listening for guidance. You're listening for the support. You're listening for that great idea that's going to catapult you into your, life, into your career, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be. It allows you to pay more attention to your inner reality of pictures, images, and feelings. And as you meditate, you increase your vibration and frequency, and the dimensions of your higher self become more knowable to you. I haven't always been a meditator. I grew up in a Southern Christian household, and meditation was not part of our practice. Prayer was more accustomed to what we were taught and told, and prayer is very different from meditation. I'm not going to get into how I currently feel about prayer, but from a method standpoint, prayer is more of a beseeching. Prayer is more of an asking and a requesting. Meditation is not prayer. Meditation is very simple, and I want to help make it simple to you if this is new to you, because when I first started meditating and saw information about it, seemed to be more complex than it needed to be. Everybody had a take on what meditation is or is not. Quiet your mind, quiet your thoughts. Don't quiet your mind. Don't just let your thoughts go. These sorts of things. Meditation isn't a doing. It's a being. It's a being. And for the most part, meditation is just simply to quiet your mind, but not to wrestle with your thoughts. To quote Alan Watts, to wrestle with your thoughts is like trying to push back the ocean with your hands. It's not going to happen. However, if you allow your thoughts to come and then go and not engage in them, like the great teacher Mooji teaches, and eventually your mind will silence itself. It will quiet itself. Now, grant you, when you first start doing this, you've never done meditation, it will be like wrestling a bear, because we have so much going on in our lives to keep us from thinking, to keep us from our own thoughts. Are you one of the people that cannot put your phone down? You have to have the TV on nonstop. You have to be talking to someone. That is an indication that you do not want to spend time with your own thoughts. And that's not a good thing. I'm telling you because I was there. But you can get past that and you can get into a meditative state where you are able to hear clearly the messages that are coming from the higher realms, the messages that are discerning, the messages that are helping you to understand your life's purpose. But you've got to clear the space for that. You can't let a 777 come in and land on a runway that's full of jets. You've got to clear space for that. So in clearing space, quiet your mind, put the phone down, turn the TV off. Every day, find yourself an area that's quiet, that you can reflect and begin to make the adjustments, because it will be an adjustment. It will not happen the first time you sit down. But the key is, like working out, you're going to be sore, but if you stop working out, guess what? The next time you do it, you're going to be sore again. If you work out through the soreness, eventually it will go away. If you continue to meditate, yes, your mind is going to be aggravating. A few minutes here and a few minutes there, but continue to do it until you bring your mind and body into subjection. One of the great things about meditation, the benefits, is it raises your vibration. Simply letting your thoughts subside raises your vibration. Why? Many times we're thinking about things that lower our vibration. We worry. We have anxiety. We are looking, listening, and allowing things into our minds and into our subconscious minds that we shouldn't be, making us feel a certain way. When you feel down or feel anxious, that is a lower vibration. Now, as you meditate, like I said, it will increase your vibration and frequency, and the dimensions of your higher self will become more evident and knowable to you. Meditation increases your sensitivity to ideas, to concepts, and images from the higher realms and your higher self. This is the benefit here. When you clear space and you have room on your runway, those new and innovative ideas can come in and land. But if you're always thinking and talking and navigating what's going on the news and what this guy said and there's no room on the runway. Meditation can take many forms. From silent meditation, you can silence your mind and concentrating on a project. Meditation is an inner reflective attitude, a time of concentrated thought. You're meditating when you are focused and thinking about how you can assist others or carry out your own life's purpose. Meditation can consist of sending light and love to people sitting quietly and silencing their minds. As you become one with your higher self, you will have a steady spiritual focus that will allow you to be constantly in touch with the higher dimensions as your primary reality. Right now, your primary reality, most of our primary reality, is what we are sensing with our five sensory data, our five sensory perception, see, touch, taste, feel, and hear. That's what we perceive as our reality. Truth is there's a lot going on that we cannot use our senses to discern. But if we meditate, if we become one with our higher self, then those higher realms become more evident to us and even can become our primary reality. You'll not need to sit for hours and practice formal meditation, for you will be in a state of meditation, active receiving, inner listening, and focus awareness, no matter what you are doing. This is when you become meditation, when you realize on a day-to-day basis not to get entangled in your thoughts, to allow yourself to be free from anxiety and worry. As your higher self, you are connected with the soul consciousness of all life forms through the inner planes. You can learn to consciously connect with the souls of minerals, plants, and animals. by using your imagination and abilities of higher telepathy. One of the things that I begin to know and understand as I got deeper and further down this walk, this spiritual journey on this path of higher consciousness, is that we're all connected. Number one, human beings, but even in that, we're all connected to this earth, to this universe. So animals, plants, trees, minerals, crystals, you name it, everything that is was made through the exact same universal substance. It is. If you are a Bible believer, it is biblical. Everything that is and was and has been was made the same way. And we are simply particles of the same substance. And the connectivity to living things, plants and animals, is or should be, for a conscious person, so obvious that it hurts when you see unconscious people behaving badly with other living things. And we won't get all into that because I don't want to take your vibration down, but I think you understand where I'm going with that. As you open your awareness to the inner planes, you will be increasingly sensitive to telepathic impressions from the higher realms and from your higher self. You'll gain an increasing ability to assist people telepathically and to receive guidance and assistance for yourself. So there's a big benefit there. You'll have a greater role in carrying out the higher will, and you will become more aware of the greater evolutionary plan for humanity. To become aware of that greater plan, to be that bigger picture, to see the bigger picture. We talked about that in the last chapter, chapter 5, to be able to expose a big picture. So there's less anxiety. There's no freaking out. There's no worrying because you know that there is a plan to all this. Maybe you didn't expect COVID-19, but the universe, God, your source, there's no surprises. There's a plan, and yes, there's a planner. You'll be valued as a member of the higher communities that are assisting all humanity and life to reach their highest potential and given much support and love for your spiritual growth and for your life's work. So for us today, again, the benefit. Number one is to understand that we are not alone. You could be isolated. We can be sequestered in isolation, but just know you are not alone. You have resources that are in the higher realm when you are connected and one with your higher self, that you can access these resources. And in the higher realms, there's support for you. There's encouragement for you, empowerment for you, and of course, guidance. Guidance for what? For your life's purpose. So I hope this has been beneficial for you today. Thank you for listening, coming back to the channel. Please subscribe if you've not done so already, and take advantage of the free giveaway, the book download that we have in the description there. That is very important because it talks about the importance of a daily meditation practice and even a personal yoga practice. And it will, if you've not done it before, it will really be beneficial to your life. And that's a free from us to you. So thank you for joining. Please come back and check us out again tomorrow. Have a good day.